Recording.
Yes, we are. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Nosebleeders show. Okay.
Nosebleeders.
Mike, I'm having a rough day. I'm not going to lie to you, man. You got your Yankees hat on. It's a sore topic for me right now because I made the mistake of going to the game today. And like, I'll say this. We're not like a recap show. There's better shows to go watch.
Yeah,
if
go
you
watch
want
those
that.
shows.
I'm not going to do any opinions on like roster moves or the performance of any individuals on the team. I don't really. This is not the place for that. Okay, I'm just going to talk about me for a minute, and this is my own plight. I know most of you probably don't care. Probably all of you don't care. But I have been to probably 10 to 15 Yankee games over the past 2 years.
Yeah,
I have seen a grand total of 0 wins in person.
Really? You've never seen them win?
No. Like over the years, I have. The last time I attended a win, which they won when I was in the stadium, was 2022 in like June. And I go to the games like once every month or so, once every 6 weeks or so. I have not seen them, and including road games, by the way, I have not seen them win a game in over 2 full calendar years while I was in attendance. So I'll say this to you, Mike, and any of all of my friends who may watch this: don't invite me to the game because they will lose if I'm in the building. It is a 100% fucking guarantee that they will lose when I'm in the building. And it's
no playoffs for you.
And it's not even the fact that it's like, because here's the thing: the Cardinals this year. Granted, on the predictions of mine at the beginning of the year, which were mostly wrong, I had them in last. They're not in last, but up until today, they were below 500. Okay, they're not a good team. So the fact that
not this season.
And on top of the thing, so this is how the day started. I had no plans to go to the game, and my girlfriend's like, "Hey, your birthday's coming up. Do you want to like do something special?" And I'm like, honestly, I don't care about like having a party. I'm 38. That's not a real age. Okay. I'm like, I want to just go to the game. Let's go to a ball game. I'll chill out. I'll have a nice afternoon with you. It'll be fun. It'll be a nice low key thing.
Yeah.
And we did a thing that I like to do. I call it StubHub Chicken, which is where you do not have a ticket and you get on the 4 train heading uptown and you fucking pray that you can find a good deal last minute to go in. And we did. We found great seats. And this is not and by the way, this, you know what, they don't pay us, but this is an endorsement. I love all those ticket apps, whether it's like,
Game time,
or whatever, StubHub. I love all those because people do get spooked last minute and drop their prices. And I got some dude on there. I think I bought the ticket within a minute of the ticket price dropping. I got main level seats right above first base for like $60-something each, which
really
is, for Yankee Stadium is really, really good.
That is cheap. Yeah. I went to the Aaron Judge quickly. I went to the Aaron Judge. I got to see a 60th home run 2 seasons ago. That was on the first base side, but like not by the dugout, but up a section, not in the middle of the state. I'm talking like up. That was $80. So you got a really good deal because you got better
so
seats.
I was like right in the second level there, and so like right now it's like I bought the ticket maybe 10 minutes before the first pitch. I'm pumped up. It's like 12:20. Or not 12, it's like 120, 125. We're in line. I'm like getting a little antsy in the security line. Oh, is it going to be a rain delay? Am I missing the game? What's going on? But I'm like pumped because I know I got a killer deal. I paid for below face for a really good seat. We're going to the game. And then Nestor Cortez blew. And then they came back. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm finally going to get to see a win in person.
Right.
And then Tommy Kahnle comes within 1 strike of ending the inning and gives up 5 fucking runs. And that was it. It broke me. I legitimately started yelling and fucking screaming and calling the Cardinals pussies. And it was not a pretty afternoon.
I mean to laugh, but I get it.
Dude, the fact that my fucking girlfriend is willing to be seen with me in public is, she's an angel for that. And she was being totally chill the whole time. She's just trying to calm me down. Like, oh no, like, look. And the thing is, like, she's not like she watches the games with me. She's cool, but she's not like invested emotionally.
No, she's very soft-spoken. Yeah.
She's just like, hey, it's like, we got to go to the game. We got a good deal. Like, it was a fun afternoon. It was eventful. And I'm sitting there. I'm like I'm just like grumbling for fucking an hour, like an hour after that. Because I was just like, I have not seen a fucking win in person in over 2 years. I thought today was going to be the day. And also, by the way, it's not like I go see them play against good teams. I've watched them lose to the Cubs, the Rockies, and now the Cardinals. None of those are great teams. Okay,
I know.
It's so frustrating when you go And look, I would understand if it was against, like the Guard. I watched them lose to the Guardians. I think I was sitting next to you, but the Guardians are a good team. So I'm okay with that. Yeah. But when they lose to sucky teams in embarrassing fashion, the way they did today, and I'm sitting there
in season. Yeah,
I had great seats to watch them get the shit kicked out of them today. And dude, I'm telling you, it's taken an emotional toll on me, man, because I have not seen a winning game in basically almost 3 years now. And I don't know. I'm at my wit's end. Like, it's kind of like the same feeling that as a comic, you go to an open mic and you think you're going to do some new material, and it's just comics there and they hate you because they don't know you and you're not a girl they want to have sex with or whatever. And you're just like, wow, if I would have stayed home, I would have had a more productive and better day.
Yes.
Like, that is genuinely how I've been feeling for the last 6 or 7 hours. I'm just so at this point, I don't want to go to another game because I don't want to jinx the team. Like, I feel like I feel like it's my fault. Like somehow my presence.
I feel that way at Mike's.
Yeah.
Like I'll get booked in the show and there's no audience. I'm like, I'm cursed. Like,
why am I here? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So, look, all I'll say about the Yankees, aside the fact they suck, is I was listening to Tommy Lugauer on the Fan on the way home, and he said, they're kind of like they're kind of like, I'm paraphrasing, so it's not an exact quote, obviously, but it's something like, they're acting kind of like a team like the Pirates or the Reds, a Midwestern team. And that's been my suspicion now for the past couple seasons, is they have some kind of money problem. It reminds me of almost what the Mets went through with the the idiot who robbed everybody blind.
Will Pump?
No, Will Pump, but the guy who Madoff. Yeah. So I don't think the Yankees have that kind of problem, but they obviously are not spending money like they used to. They obviously have no sense of urgency.
Oh no, I don't think it's that, because they dropped a ton to keep Judge, and I think they're going to drop a ton to keep Soto. No, I don't think it's that. I just think that the team is just not cohesive. And I think that some of the players, it looks like they're finally going to let DJ LeMahieu get less playing time. And again, I don't have anything against him personally, but he's hitting under 200. You can't keep someone like that in the team as a starter.
He was great for us when he came here, but he's just not the same guy anymore.
But this team, they don't have that killer instinct that they had years ago. And that's it. I don't really have, I don't want to comment on roster moves. There's better shows to watch for that. I just want to talk about me. I want to make this about me and my anger, and about my personal frustration with the fact that I have not seen a win in person in a long time. I thought it was going to be today. That's the worst part. I got teased. Okay. They were down in the beginning. They came back and tied. They're winning and then they were losing and they came back and tied it. I'm like, oh, this is it. This is it. The game is tied. The bullpen's gonna hold them down. We got 9 outs to score some runs. Let's go. And then just the wheels fell off. And I had, and I started screaming at strangers.
I was at a barbecue and I had some good pulled pork, and my friend made his own barbecue sauce, and it was really cool. So I got to enjoy that.
You had a better afternoon than me by default.
Just because I got a headache from being out in the sun, I guess.
You didn't spend money on a ticket. You had some barbecue sauce. There you go. You win.
Barbecue sauce.
All right, we don't need to talk about this anymore. Let's move on to football. It's football season. 1 week from today, the NFL kicks off, I believe. I think it's this coming week, right?
This Thursday.
Yes. Well, for us, for Giants fans, but I got some Giants ads, some vintage Giants ads. We love vintage. Let's do it. Help me turn the page emotionally, Mike. Because I have a feeling I'm going to have another emotional breakdown in October over the Yankees. So let's talk football, or let's do some football ads.
So before we do we'll do the ads, but I wanted to show the hats that I found. These are particular. I think they're called the sideline hats. Which is weird because I also saw a totally different looking hat that were called the sideline hats. I don't know. So I'm going to bring this live. Here's your Giants hat.
Okay.
It's pretty cool. I kind of like it.
I kind of like it too.
I want a black Giants hat that says like Giants across, like the Giants logo, not the NY, Giants. But this is kind of cool. Here's the Jets.
I actually like these. I think they're cool. I think they're bold.
They're bold. Yeah, they stand out.
There's bold. They stand out. There's a lot going on. And you're a guy who said that you don't like minimalism. I feel like these are kind of minimalist, but also there's enough going on color-wise that it's cool.
Yeah. Well, what prompted me to look up these hats is that the ad I saw on Instagram was for the Chicago Bears. I'm like, oh, that reminds me of something. And I'm thinking it's like the Bears, the Saturday Night Live skit.
Yeah.
And I looked up a picture. I was trying to send it to you of the hats they were. I'm like, no, they didn't wear a hat like that. What does it remind me of? It's Mike Dicka's sweater, essentially. I don't know if that was done on purpose or not. I tweeted out to New Era that, this is awesome. So I hope they got to see that.
That is awesome.
This is my thickest sweater. It has to be inspired by this, or at least an old design from the 80s, 90s. And they said,
let's be a coincidence. I don't know.
Yeah, could be. Yeah, it's not perfectly exact, but it's pretty darn close. So I thought that was kind of cool. I might just buy the Bears hat. I don't know.
No, you got to wear that sweater vest. I want you to have a New York. Actually, no, I want you to have a New York Giants sweater vest because I feel like you of all people I know could rock that and pull it off. I would look dumb, but if people saw you with a Giant sweater vest, they'd be like, they double take and be like, all right, you know what?
All right,
yeah, you can.
I gotta wear a nice button-up shirt underneath and get a big thick mustache.
Side comment. I gotta be honest with you. I think that when it comes to NFL merch, because the NFL is played fall into winter, I always associate it with hoodies and winter hats. I had a sick Giants winter hat and I freaking lost it. I got too messed up at a concert at Barclays and I must have dropped it. I had this sick hologram Giants winter hat. I always think of the Giants and the NFL gear as more winter time stuff, but maybe that's just me projecting.
I saw at the mall yesterday that the Giants are going to wear those 1920s throwback uniforms that look like the Montreal Canadiens jerseys.
Yeah, the brown pants and the
the jersey. Seeing it in person, it actually looked better. And like the same thing. Like, I saw a Cleveland Guardians hat in person. I'm like, all right, this looks in person. It looked better. Sometimes.
Oh no, dude! I went to the stadium a few years ago with my lady. I went to the Guardians in Cleveland, and I gotta tell you, they actually do look pretty sharp in person. And I would say that we're not a political show, but there's politics and everything. I'd say 70% of the people in the stadium were rocking Guardians gear, and it was new and fresh and cool. It was the first year they had that name, but then there were a couple of blowhards who were wearing R.I.P. Chief Wahoo and we're never gonna change, all these stupid protest style shirts. And I just remember thinking how dumb it looked. I don't know. The Guardians are cool.
Yeah. So anyway, the Giants thing look cool in person, but I want to get. I used to have this shirt. I don't know what happened to it. It was a red long sleeve shirt, and it had the old Giants logo with the guy above the stadium like this, and it's actually they put that in the center of the field. I think for their last game. I don't know if it's going to be for opening day or not, but I think that company Homage, however you say it, Homage, they make it. So I want to try to get it. They have a short sleeve. I want to try to get the long sleeve. Because Giants, I don't like wearing that color blue. For some reason, I feel like it doesn't look good on me, and it hurts me with Giants merch because that's their color. But I like navy blue with the old school Giants in red. I look for stuff like that, and it's hard to find now. So,
dude, I relate to that because I know what you mean. That it's not like a royal blue helmet, but that bright blue doesn't do it for me either. And that's why I was so mad when I lost my hat. My hat was gray with a holographic Giants logo. I'm like, this is so great. Because it doesn't. I don't like that bright blue. I don't think it doesn't. It doesn't go good on me either. I'm with you.
Yeah, and somebody thought I used to work with. He's like, I thought you were a Jet fan. I'm like, why? He's like, oh, you always have the green T-shirt. I'm like, I just like the green. It looks good because under the brim is the green and the navy blue Yankee hat. That's why I wear the green. I just like the color. It matches. It looks cool. So, but I root for the Giants, so I root for both teams. And but around here, you wear a Jets shirt if you're a Giants. It's a whole thing, and you're not a real fan. It's like I just like the shirt. Shut the hell up.
It's like you don't have a tattoo on your ass of the current starting quarterback. You're not a real fan. I don't like people like that either. It's like fuck off. It's it's sports. Let's hop into some.
Let's do some ads.
Let's do some ads, baby. Let's do some ads.
Fight for the end. Let's do some ads. Let's go to this one. 1983 Giants. Let's take a look.
This one here is. Hold on. We'll pause this.
We're paused.
Actually, you know what? No. Play it. And I'll comment after.
All right, we're at the beginning. Here we go.
Yeah. Things we hate by the New York Giants defense. We hate quarterbacks with their sneaky little tricks. And we hate halfbacks who block us when we blitz. We hate most everything. But we love Pepsi Light. That little touch of lemon makes it taste so right. Yeah, we hate most everything.
Pepsi Light. It's 1 calorie men love.
Wait a minute. The dancing out of the shower is like, what's happening?
I had no idea when I sat down to find ads that I was going to come across this. This is a gem. This ad is an absolute gem. This is one of the best ones we've done on this show yet.
Yeah.
This is a banger. There's no other way to say it, but other than this ad's a banger. But the thing about this, and you've commented this before, that this is back before they paid athletes like the money they deserved. And so they had to do this shit in the off season to get paid because all these guys got a paycheck out of Pepsi that was probably as big as the team was willing to give them back then, right?
Right.
So they all had to sing and dance in a towel just to get paid properly.
Yeah, if I'm an
ad.
athlete and I have a towel, like I'm like stapling that thing together if I'm going to start dancing in it, you know. I mean, and the dance moves are just the corny.
Could you see any team's defense doing this with a straight face enthusiastically in the modern day? No, they'd tell you to go F yourself, probably.
Yeah.
I mean, this is
here's number 10, and it's not Eli Manning, which is weird to see. You know, even though it looks like him a little bit. You know,
generic white guy.
Tougher Eli, tougher look. But the Pepsi Light, I didn't know about this. You know, I was born in '81, so I guess it didn't last.
It must have been short-lived. Yeah, exactly.
It's like not even Pepsi colors. It's lighter color.
It looks like a teal.
Yeah, Pepsi Light. You know,
I guess they're trying to market this. They were trying to market this towards men, but this ad is not nearly tough enough to, because you know how when you see like a beer ad or something, or a football player in an ad, an Old Spice, whatever it is, it's always them trying to look tough. These guys are literally doing like a choreographed dance routine.
Yeah.
And so if you're trying to market towards football fans, it's not the way. This is not the way to bring them in. This is 1 calorie men love. Here's some guys dancing in towels. Like the kind of guys that watch football are sitting there, you know, like, what is this? Especially in the 80s. They're like, what is this gayness? It's probably what they were saying.
That's right. Yeah. They would not accept, at least probably some people still would not accept it today. But it's back then, 83, this was like, if you don't get rid of this, we're going to burn down Giant Stadium. You know, that's
either way, exactly. We're going to burn it. Either way, this ad rules. I think this is genuinely like one of the most fun ads, again, we've done on the show. It is.
What athlete after a game is just going to start drinking a Pepsi? It's, you know, like I wouldn't even drink Gatorade after a game. It's too syrupy. I need water. You know, I'll have some coconut water if I need eat some watermelon for electrolytes. Not even Pepsi.
Next time we have someone who's older than us, like Lee or somebody on the show, we got to do a couple of these old ads because he probably knows who all those guys are. I don't. This is way before my time.
I don't know.
I would love to know who some of the better known players from that locker room were and what they thought of this stupid ad. Because in fact, we should try to find. That's what we need to do. We need to try to find these guys if they're still alive and talk to them about this ad. I want to know the story behind the choreographed dancing Pepsi.
How it takes singing. The singing is probably harder because you got to sing on key. There's no auto tune back then. You can't.
Well, I doubt it was them. They probably had like somebody record singer. I don't know. Maybe they were so low budget they had the singer sing themselves. Either way, I love that ad. Anyway, the next one, we're doing another Giants one. What are we doing next? This one here, I want to say 71. This one's not as funny. It's more wholesome, but there's a lot of things in this because of the time period they shot it in. There's one comment in particular I think I'm going to get a laugh from you on, and so I want to. This, of course, features a Giants legend. You're going to know right away who it is.
Fran Tarkington, 1971. Here we go.
Slant 27.
Oh, wait.
Good block, Tucker. Not much
Wrong
of a
ad.
block.
Oh, keep playing.
Still waiting on that play. Well, Tucker's going to get his chance in just a minute.
Remember that play, Fran? You handed it off to Ron Johnson. It went something like this.
Hey, is that supposed to be me? Chocolate pudding?
I'm butterscotch.
Is that me, vanilla?
No, you're the jar in motion, lemon.
Come on, guys. Let's get serious now. Fran,
Motts presents the delicious puddings you just can't get in a can. Motts snack jars with twist-off caps.
Hey, this is pretty good, you know?
Good, man, it's super.
my kids would like these.
No tabs to pull. No metal edges to cut fingers. Motts snack jars.
Maybe we should call the play the Motts twist-off tackle.
And I thought Motts just made great applesauce.
Don't think, Tucker. Just block.
Motts snack jars, a 1971 National Football League training table food.
Wow. I mean, the choice of who got to choose which pudding was a little offensive.
That one is up there with that Olympic ad we watched last month, with where they just literally the whole ad was just naming off racial races.
I'm butterscotch. I'm vanilla. Oh, guys, come on. It's just
And again, I'm not an old school fan. Obviously, this is before my time, but these are well-known guys from that time period, right?
So that's Fran Tarkington. Fran Tarkington was more well-known for playing with the Vikings, but he was a scrambler. So we all know Vanilla Vic. This was Vanilla Vic long before Vanilla Vic. Fran Tarkington was a great, before guys like Michael Vick and before Randall Cunningham and the guy, there was Fran Tarkington. And there was other guys back then too, but Fran Tarkington was known as a scrambling quarterback. But he's a Hall of Famer as well, as opposed to certain people who they overpay the QB for the Giants. We'll get some comments there.
I also love how they don't give the black guy a utensil. They have the black guy just do it with his finger. That was
make him look like a child, dehumanize him. Oh God.
That is yeah, this ad was more fun than it should have been. Also, I have no idea what that logo in the bottom right is, that OVS, but credit to them for uploading this from their VHS wherever they found it. I don't know I don't know what that is, but
yeah. Fran Tarkington he also wore number 10 before Eli. He was on the Giants just for a short amount of time, but he was more well known for playing with the Vikings. I thought it was for baby food for a minute. I was like, you said wholesome, like, is there baby face on the bottom?
Well, no, this is a different ad that I forgot to send you the other one. We'll do the other one another week. We got tons of football season ahead of us, but this was fun. Because I didn't even know Motts made anything other than applesauce either. I'm in the same boat this dude was in. I don't know. This is another product I guess doesn't exist anymore, or I haven't seen it or looked for it. But
what did they do to this poor guy? He's got
that is. They really did make him look like a 4-year-old.
Like a child, yeah. It's
the other guy's got a spoon. He's got dignity.
He's got dignity.
And like you said, it's weird how which guy got chosen to be which flavor. Like there is a racial undertone to this, which is interesting. I'll say it that much. It's interesting.
They were doing Fruity Pebbles and Cocoa Pebbles were doing that, and they were putting NBA players on the box, and they would put like black players on the Cocoa Pebbles box. And it was like, what the fuck are you doing? Why would you do, And like it was different on the Fruity Pebbles. It was just something weird going on there. So, everybody's all upset about wokeism and this and that. And look, I don't know, whatever. Social media can make it all crazy, but
it's good
to be a little diverse. Just a little diverse in the ad space. Just have a little bit of a brain to go, hey, maybe,
Either way, them and their stale acting was great because I feel like they only made him take like 1 or 2 takes of this. Like this was just the rep from Mott had 1 or 2 cameras and 1 box of this stuff. And they're like, all right, you got 1 afternoon. Go get these football players to just do your best. Because that was not.
And it was no digital back then. Everything was on film. So you only had enough film. Like if you don't get it,
Yeah, so. They only had max 2 or 3 takes of that. So either way, interesting ad. Definitely something you would not see on TV anymore either, much like the other one.
Yeah, that would get a social media field day. That would crash X and Twitter or whatever. So
now, next up, we got a couple of ads with Rodney Dangerfield. We did one a few weeks ago, and you liked it so much that you found more. So we're gonna rock this. Let's do it.
All right, let's take a look.
Gentlemen, this meeting is called to decide which one of us is the most popular light beer drinker of all.
Must be talking about me.
I vote for my buddy, Boog Powell.
Should I take the minutes?
You can take all year.
Hey, I cast my vote for Billy Martin.
I'll second that.
Me too.
Excuse me, this chart clearly shows what a little showing off can do.
Now, wait a minute. I'm the most popular.
Yeah! That's
Gentlemen, we a little respect. At least we agree that light beer from Miller tastes great.
Let's do it! Tastes great! Let's do it! Tastes great! Let's do it!
Better make it a secret ballot.
Could we vote for Red Auerbach? Please?
See what? I'm voting for me.
Count the vote, and that's no joke. All right. Gentlemen, we have a winner.
Says here the winner is
Bubba Smith.
Bubba Smith.
Hightower.
I knew this was a bad idea.
Light beer from Miller. Everything you always wanted in a beer, and less.
How many takes did it take to get that paper airplane to land? Perfectly?
Oh yeah, there is a lot to unpack in this ad.
Deal from Miller.
Yeah, it just flies right in. That was a good one. I know some of these people. Yeah, I know some of the players.
Yeah, I know some of what's going on here. Again, we need someone older than us to just kind of walk us through what the hell's going on here.
Yeah.
Obviously, we all know Madden and Rodney.
Yeah, Billy Martin. Obviously,
Billy Martin,
said him
of
by
course.
name. Red Auerbach. He was in the last commercial. That is Dick Butkus.
There you go.
John Madden, of course. Yeah, we said him. I do have to point out I like when she's talking about taking the minutes, and I just keep thinking of Gary Goldman's bit about the state abbreviations with the sassy secretary who says, "Did you take the minutes? You mean the minute?" You ever hear that routine?
No,
It's hilarious. He's got the Star of David on. That's cool. I think that was Mean Joe Green.
I gotta say, go back a few seconds. So Bubba Smith. Obviously, this is before our time. This dude has what the kids call drip, does he not? He's just a big dude who, he dressed well, all that stuff.
He's got the nice vest. Yeah, he's got the Humphrey Bogart vest going. Yeah.
Also, another thing to point out, I didn't notice this, that right behind Rodney is a painting of Rodney.
I didn't realize that till just now. It's like almost matches. Yeah.
Again, this is one of those ads where there's so much to unpack here.
So one thing I wanted to mention the last time we showed the Rodney ad, I didn't get to it. Rodney Dangerfield got his name from the Jack Benny show because I like old comedy, so I was listening to this old Jack Benny radio show, and all of a sudden he mentions Rodney Dangerfield. I was like, what? Like Rodney didn't even get started in stand-up till the 60s, and he went by his real name. He got the name Rodney Dangerfield from a name used for an imaginary character on the Jack Benny show. So now we know where Rodney Dangerfield. Yeah, like
hey, this is why you're on the show, because you're kind of a historian, definitely compared to me. No,
use this information. Yeah, no, it's
fun.
Yeah.
The other thing too, and I guess the Miller Lite in the other ad we watched. Remember, it was the less filling team versus the taste great team. So I guess in this one, there's this shot right in the middle of it where Rodney's trying to get everyone to agree, and like one side of the table is like tastes great, and the other side is like less filling.
Yeah.
I guess that might have been a theme of their marketing at the time. Yeah, right around here, where one side of the table says one thing, and then the other side of the table stands up and says the other thing.
Yeah.
So they've been trying to pound that into people's heads for 40, 50 years. The less filling tastes great. So I respect the hell out of that.
They were doing that. What was the Ali Landry, or I forget her name. She was a woman in the commercial, and they had like a fight or something, and they brought that back for that commercial, and then she ended up she was like hot. They gave her a career. So, but yeah, that everybody knew her as like the Miller Lite girl or something like that. So yeah, that's been like their thing for a while. I don't know if it's any good beer. Is Miller Lite any good? I don't know.
I'm sure if you're a college sophomore and you need something to do a power hour with, I'm sure it's fine. I don't drink any of that domestic. I don't drink like the domestic lights that much. I'm just not. I don't drink beer that much. Honestly.
Ale kind of, yeah.
No, I know pale ale is trash. Pale ale is hops in a blender. I like just a regular, like a lager style beer, just like a normal, something light, like Corona or Land Shark, like that genre of that light regular lager. I'm not a fancy guy.
I never liked beer. I never got it. I was always on like anxiety meds, and now I'm on like headache meds, so I can't drink anything. Man.
Well, it can help with that anxiety. A nice cold Miller Lite.
Ice cold Miller Lite. But yeah, it's light beer never really tasted good.
I'm too old to drink beer anyway. I drink 3 beers and I get a hangover now. So
yeah. So
it's whatever.
I'm 43. I know you're younger than me. 38. You said I was with some friends yesterday. They're all early 40s. They have kids. And man, we were like the oldest people on the planet. Everybody's like, I can't drink beer. I can't be doing that. Everybody's like, kids are. It hits you.
That's why when you're older, you need to switch over to the natural stuff. If what I mean, kids. But let's get to the. We have I think 1 or 2 more ads. I got
one more ad I wanted to show. We were talking about the U.S. Open, which ends on the 8th. I think the 8th, and we had also been talking about Reebok, and I wanted to show this one. This is with Michael Chang.
When you're 5'8" and 140 pounds, you don't play a power game. You use your head, your ground strokes, and my secret weapon, speed. That's why I picked the pump from Reebok. When I'm pumped up, I get support, protection, and a custom fit. So if you want to beat those rock and roll tennis guys, pump up and air out.
Switch to the greatest sports performance shoe in the world.
Oh, it's a tennis ball.
Pump up and air out.
Oh man, they were just sniping at Nike for years. I didn't realize this was an entire ad campaign. I thought it was like 1 or 2 ads of basketball guys. No, this is the whole entire campaign.
This was the peak of the battle. Yeah, and right here, every time I see this part, when I was trying to find this commercial, I keep thinking of the Family Guy. I can see right up them shorts. He puts this whole thing up on the table. You know, hey.
You know what? I actually like these. I like the aesthetic of these.
Yeah.
More than the basketball ones. I like that yellow, what's called the button or the pump or whatever at the top. I like that. That's cool.
I can see right up them shorts. This is Family Guy. Yeah, I mean, no, the '90s sneakers were cool. They have a nice nostalgia to them. Yeah, I don't know about that little lip of color that comes from, but yeah, there's the neon color. They had a little pizzazz. And as these sneakers evolved, basketball sneakers, they turned into like space shoes. So. At least these look like sneakers.
Yeah, they look like you're supposed to be playing a sport in them. That's cool. Yeah. I like that. That's a nice simple. I love the disc. I love that disc. Yeah. All right.
Yeah. So we're gonna close out the show with our trademark brawl.
All right, let's do it. What do we got?
Probably not the last baseball brawl we'll do. We'll always throw it in there because they're the most common because there's more games than any other sport. But
for sure.
Hopefully soon we'll see if we can find some other football and stuff like that.
U.S. Open. We're gonna find a tennis brawl. We're gonna find something. We're gonna find a badminton brawl, a pickleball brawl. We're gonna do it all, man. Oh, we did a badminton brawl.
We haven't done that. We did a badminton brawl. Yeah. So we're trying to cover all bases, but this is Toronto Blue Jays and the Detroit Tigers from 1991. I have no idea who's in it. Let's take a look.
Well, Joe Carter would be in it, right? Early '90s Jays, right? You'd have isn't that when they were good?
Unless he got traded in '92 when they won, but let's take a look. Let's see what we got. All right, so here's Bill Gullickson, I believe his name is pitching. There's a home run, Old Tiger Stadium, with the columns. When it was still like 490 in center field.
Yeah. Well, also, what's the capacity of these ballparks? Because look at all this outfield is all just packed.
Got to be like 60,000 back there. Like I think they sat more people back. So there's a little bit of some highlights here.
Right in the helmet.
And now it's on. And I think is that Joe? I think it is Joe Carter. I think you're right. I think he's right. That's who they want, it's Joe Carter. And now they really get into it. And this is the pitcher's just standing there. He's like, I don't care.
There we go. Yeah, there we go. What are you gonna do about it? And we all love Mike. There's the main brawl and the sub brawls that break off from the main one. This is a good one. I like this.
And Sprague, I don't know how the Blue Jays were obviously they won the next 2 World Series after this, but Joe Carter. Yeah, so you got that
Joe
one right.
Joe Carter with a flat top. Oh yes, this is inject this into my veins. I love all this. He looks like Wesley Snipes a little bit, doesn't he? The same haircut as the.
He's got the blade with the. He's got the blade glare, right? Yeah, he's got the blade look going there. And the Blue Jays, obviously, their uniforms are closer to this now, but these were a little more rounded in the 80s. I'm glad they went back to.
Me too. The Jays uniforms from the 2000s look dumb. These vintage ones are sick. I'm glad they went back to them too.
Yeah, there's Sparky Lyle. He's 27 right there. A lot of cigarettes. Kelly Gruber, decent third baseman. He was good. I think he had some all-star seasons. If you look at Pinson, that's just a name. If you look at the Tigers hat, they have their logo is tiny. They have the D is small, right? It's like the Yankees logo is much bigger.
It is. Yeah, it is.
And like the Yankees have like 3 different versions of the NY. The Tigers, I didn't realize this till a couple years ago. The D on the hat and the D on the jersey aren't exactly the same either. So
really?
So it's nice that the uniform isn't uniform.
I love the wipe there. I love that transition.
Yeah,
the early
that was a big
editing.
special effect. Yeah, that was.
Oh man, yeah, he's ready to rumble. Man, I didn't realize how freaking huge Joe Carter was. Like, why would you start a fight with him?
Ball players, I mean, are always huge unless you're a shortstop.
And the guy who threw the pitch is just strolling off the mound. He's not even in the brawl.
He's like, yeah, whatever.
He's not even part of the fight that he just
It's
started.
David Wells, 36.
Yes!
David Wells, yeah. Tom Hankey.
David Wells
Key,
can throw
Jimmy
down.
Key.
David Wells is a drunk and a biker when he wasn't playing sports. He can throw down that man. Absolutely.
Lou Whitaker right there. But he like wanted to fight him and he said no. And then Mickey Tettleton, first of all, do you remember Mickey Tettleton's swing, his batting stance?
I don't.
Okay, so he had the weirdest batting stance. Jim Leyritz had the weird one.
Look at this
Yeah,
brawl. He's got him by the neck. Oh man.
Yeah.
And this is a good one.
Oh, that's now. I guess it's the Matt.
Manager starting.
I don't think that's Cito Gaston. That's Matt. I don't know if that was the manager in '91 or not. Who is that? One of the coaches. Oh, so they're like face to face. You don't even see that. They're like talking it out. You don't see that. Well, the umpires are letting them go.
Well, that was the guy who started the fight, the Gullickson.
But he's like talking with the Matt, and like there was nobody around. That was weird. You know,
go back to the beginning because I want to double down on what I noticed the second time I watched this. Look, Gullickson hits him.
There's a home run. Yeah,
there's a home run.
The home run, and then they show a replay.
Imagine sitting way that deep in center field for however much money.
Yeah,
that's crazy. They don't do that anymore. They do batter's eyes and they do like bars and stuff.
Yeah. So it is.
Here it is. So look at this. Carter goes down. The catcher grabs him. Gullickson just stands there. A fight breaks out. Casually, just do.
It's between Tettleton and because he's holding him back, and he's like, "Get off me!" And like Carter wasn't even going to charge. He ran out and he turned around. He's like, he's like,
"Oh, you want a piece too? Yeah, let's do it." Yeah.
So this was it. Kirk Gibson. There you go. And so you just got tempers obviously spilling over, and it gets a little crazy.
This is a good one. This is This is one I wish we did back in studio, but I didn't know this existed. There's so many of these. Yeah. That's the thing that's fun about doing this show.
Yeah. Interesting fact. Here's another Mike Scroy fact for you. Fun fact.
Yes.
Stadium. You remember the movie 61 that Billy Crystal did?
No, but do go on.
Billy Crystal did the movie 61 about the Roger Maris breaking Babe Ruth's home run record. 61. Okay. So in order to recreate old Yankee Stadium, it was the last year that Tiger Stadium was being used before Comerica Park was built. So they went into Tiger Stadium. They painted it green because it was blue. They painted it green, and then they did some digital effects. So it looked like because this was such a classic old ballpark, it still looked like it did back in the 20s. So they're like, oh, we need to recreate a 1961 ballpark. They filmed in Tiger Stadium.
We happen to still have one in Detroit. That's exactly.
Yeah. So they got to go in there and film and all that. So it was kind of cool. Yeah, this was a good one. This was like another baseball fight, but not a fight. But yeah.
No, I'm thoroughly entertained by this.
And look, it's no New Era logo on the hat on the side, no MLB logo on the back, just
no woke Nike bringing the whole league down or whatever.
And look at you could tell this is 1991.
The helmet came off too. That's very funny. That's almost cartoonish. The way that just the helmet popped off when the ball hit it, just boop. Like
and you fell back. And you can tell this is 1991 because some guy's wearing a neon yellow-green hat sitting in the front row.
Yeah, and he doesn't work in a NASCAR pit crew, or he's not a traffic conductor.
Yeah, he's not jogging. And who's this guy with the red hat? He's like, "Hey guys, stop fighting." Another guy in a suit. Hey, you don't really see that anymore. I guess they don't wear suits anymore. But
no, they do not.
Yeah. Listen, guys, there's no fighting. This is a baseball game. Devon White. I think that's Mike Timlin, the pitcher. Jimmy Key, obviously played for the Yankees.
That's right. Yeah.
Rob Deere, I think that is. Yeah. I did see when I was a kid and I had when I regularly collected baseball cards, which now I'll just kind of buy them if I want to get a special card. I knew everybody. Now I don't know anybody. Anybody's face. I don't know nobody.
I also love how Joe Carter, he like pointed his bat at the mound as if like he wanted a piece, and then he's like, all right, fine, I'll put the bat down so we can fight.
Yeah. And this is interesting. The helmets, the Phillies had this, the Blue Jays had this. For some reason on the batting helmets, you'll see they had the white in the helmet. It was like a white, the front two parts was white, and they put the logo, but the regular hat was blue. I don't know why they did that for the
Most of the teams don't do that anymore. I don't know which teams. I want to say that there's a couple teams that still do that sometimes, but I don't know offhand who they would be.
The 80s just had like with the light blue away uniforms and the buttons great. And right now it's reminiscent, but I just remember it got to the point where it's like, all right, can we just get like real baseball?
Yeah, the
Maybe
pullovers are a little good. There's only certain teams who can pull it off these days. And I don't know if well, they don't have them in this fight. Obviously, we don't need to talk about that. But.
Yeah.
All right. Well, this is fun. I thoroughly enjoyed
all those commercials.
That was a good time. Yeah. I don't know. This actually did kind of cheer me up a little bit watching some old vintage stuff. And like I said, I had a rough day. So,
yeah, my headache feels a little better. Maybe the medication's kicking in, and it was fun. So
maybe you should go drink a Miller Lite and have some applesauce. There we go.
I do have applesauce. I'm gonna have some.
That might
just
help.
Drink it right out of the jar because I live alone.
All right, man. I will talk to you next week, man. First week of football season.
First week of football.
So yeah, let's do it, man. Let's get together and watch a game sometime soon, man. All right, peace, brother.
We will. See you later.